Shabbat Shalom. This week's haftarah is a special haftarah. It's one of the four when we interrupt the usual reading because it's the period from just before Purim leading to Passover, to the festival of Pesach. So this week we're going to read the haftarah of Parashat Parah. Parah meaning a cow. It refers to a red heifer that the Jewish people were instructed in the Torah that in order to purify themselves, to be allowed to enter into the sanctuary, to be allowed to eat from the sacrifices, and during this time of year, in order to be allowed, to be permitted to partake of the Paschal Lamb, the Pesach, they had to purify themselves. The assumption was that most people had come into contact with a corpse, entered into a cemetery, or possibly become defiled, impure by touching an animal that would defile them. And in order to, as I said, to actually fulfill the mitzvah, the commandment of eating from the Paschal Lamb, they had to actually become purified. And this was done through this process of taking ash, a little bit of ashes, of a red heifer, a young cow, female, that was completely brownish red. And its ashes were kept and deposited in the tabernacle and later on in the temple in Jerusalem. Would be mixed in with some rainwater or pure water, natural water, and would be sprinkled on them during the process, the week of purification. We read for the portion of the prophets from the book of Ezekiel, from this 36th chapter, from the middle of the chapter. There God reminds the people, the Jewish people, that even if they have been exiled, they have defiled themselves, they have become impure through their immoral acts, through their oppression of the poor and of orphans and of widows, Hashem did not lose faith in them. And there is a way back, there is a way for purification. The sages say that the Parah Adumah, the red heifer, was chosen in order to remind the Jewish people after the sin of the golden calf that there is a way back for purification, both physically and spiritually. And that is what we should remember leading up to this season of the spring, of Passover. Nature itself is rejuvenating, is being reborn. And so too should every human being, and especially the Jewish people. We should feel, never lose hope. There is a way to return to that state of purity and of innocence. And that's what we try to do. We don't have the Parah Adumah yet until the temple will be rebuilt. But today we still should feel we want to be reborn spiritually and never lose hope. It is an option. It is possible. Shabbat Shalom.